Hello, it's Monica and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. It is time for part 2 video of Platinum Jubilee cards. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create these two a little bit more advanced cards to celebrate Queen's Platinum Jubilee. I'm going to use my design papers, and as you can see, I created some sentiments and then I use Union Jack flag to create beautiful backgrounds. And all these three papers I put on Buy Me a Coffee website, and I left the link in the description down below, and it is free. For the sentiments, you can use literally any dice you've got in your stash. I'm going to use my Tonic Studio dice. However, you can also trim them and make them in a rectangular or square shape. That's absolutely fine. And again, these papers are free, so check the link down below. I also use Twinkle website, that is for teachers, and I use two of those images, and I'm going to create a beautiful card with them. And if you have never used Twinkle, it's a very super website. For my very first card, I'm going to use Crafter's Companion cutting die, and as you can see, it comes with the outside edge and also some beautiful elements. And I'm going to use 300 GSM white card to create a base and also the background panel, which we're going to color in. As you can see, there is lots of space to write your message inside, and with that beautiful elegant element, yes, we're going to die cut it, and also the smaller circle as well. And all of those I use 300 GSM white card because I'm going to use some water and I really want that cardstock to work. I'm going to use two Cosmic Shimmer powders in beautiful blue Blitz and Catherine wheel. And all the names of the products I use in today's video you can check in the description down below. Now it is time to spritz our beautiful shimmer powder with a little bit of water, and as you can see, the pigment comes to life and I absolutely love it. You can create very stunning, beautiful backgrounds with no time, and every single time it will be totally different. And I'm using my heat tool just to make sure this is completely dry before I use Catherine wheel beautiful Cosmic Shimmer powder on top, because I don't want those colors to mix when I add them together, because I wanted to use the same colors as on Union Jack flag. And again, I'm using my heat tool, and a very big tip for you: whenever you use any Cosmic Shimmer powders or brushes, just dry your paper from both sides. And when these elements are ready, it is time to start assembling the whole card together. And at this point I thought it looks great, but we can add a little bit more interest. But before I do it, I'm going to use my magic glue, liquid glue, one and only glue, because it is perfect for paper crafting, and yes, you do have time to maneuver your elements. And there is one more thing I forgot to tell you about Cosmic Shimmer powders. When they actually dry completely, they really have that beautiful shine, and I absolutely love it. I'm not really sure if you can see it in the camera here, but in real life it is so pretty. Now we have the card base, and again I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to put our top panel on top, and it's always a good tip to burnish it on the other side so every single piece is adhered properly. To make sure that my focal element stands out, I'm going to use two layers of double-sided foam adhesive, and I do wonder, what is your favorite brand of double-sided foam adhesive? If you have it, please let me know. I'm really curious to try different ones for my cards. As you can see, this will make sure that your element stands out and it has more dimension and interest. And I usually add few drops of liquid glue on top, just to make sure that when the dry adhesive dries over time, yes, it will be adhered because we use that liquid glue. Now I've got a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to use two alcohol markers in blue and red, and this way we're going to use exactly the same colors as on Union Jack flag. And if you haven't seen the part 1 video from yesterday, check it, because I created very simple cards which you can create in no time. And I really hope you will create something this year for Queen's Platinum Jubilee. It is a very special occasion, and I'm pretty sure we will never ever experience it again in our lifetime. So I thought, why not? Let's create some cards. And I'm actually going to create some cards with my students at school as well, because it is time to celebrate. It is so unique and special, and it really deserves that special time. Now I'm going to use Crafter's Companion, CT Scenes stamp set collection, and I'm going to stamp that beautiful crown with black waterproof ink from Spectrum Noir. I absolutely love it because it always gives me that nice crisp image. And you can use scrap paper to do it. You don't need to start a new A4 card. And that's what I like about keeping scraps, because you can actually stamp smaller images and then use them for your projects. To color in my crown, I decided to use my Zig markers. I absolutely love them. And waterproof ink, it is perfect because those black lines won't bleed when we add that color on top. And as you can see here, I'm not using wet paintbrush. I'm literally using the pigment straight from the pens. And now I'm trying to achieve the gold effect, and please let me know if you can see it here. I really hope I created a three-dimensional crown. If I haven't, please let me know in the comments. And I absolutely love using Zig markers. However, you can use any aqua markers, pencils, or even alcohol markers. Just make sure you use proper ink pad to stamp your image, and the colors won't bleed through your outline. So when this is ready, it's time to die cut it, and I thought it works so well with that beautiful Cosmic Shimmer Catherine wheel. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided foam adhesive, and I'm going to use 2 layers because I want that crown to stand out even more proudly on my card. And I wonder, how often do you actually create cards with crowns? Please let me know. If you haven't used any crowns for your cards, maybe today is the day. It is time to add a few gold gems, and our card is finished. I had to add a few gems on the crown because it will make it even more special. And the card stands proudly on a flat surface, and it is finished. Let me know, what do you think about this? For my second card, I'm going to create a stepper card, and I'm going to have 12 inches or 30.5 centimeter long and 14 centimeters wide card. And this way you can create lots of stepper cards, and you can change the measurement if you want. I'm going to create a line here, 8 centimeters, and I'm not going to score it yet. I'm going to use my pencil, and you will see that later. So my right side will be 6 centimeters wide. Now it is time to create some steps, so I'm going to score it at 1.5 centimeter, and then again 1.5 centimeter, which will give us 3 centimeters. I'm going to score it at 15.5 centimeters, and from the top I'm going to score it at 1.5 centimeter, and then I decided to do 1 centimeter, which will give us 2.5 centimeter. And this way we're going to create really beautiful steps for our card. And yes, we do have to score it on the other side as well. And that will be 6 inches, which I'm going to show you later on. I've got my 14 centimeter card by 30.5 centimeter or 12 inches. And first I'm going to use my pencil and a ruler to make sure it is exactly 8 centimeters, and I'm going to create a pencil line. And this way you don't score it, you just draw it. And now it is time to add those scoring lines only up to our pencil mark. So first I'm starting with 1.5 centimeter, then 2.5 centimeter, and now I'm going to move my card and I'm going to do the measurement, but as you can see I'm moving my scoring tool, then put the card on top and score the line up to the pencil mark. And this way it is so simple. If you don't have exactly the same measurement on the bottom of your scoring tool. I absolutely love my scoring board, and please let me know if you have one. How often do you create your own stepper cards? If you do have your favorite style, please let me know so I can try it. Now I'm going to use my metal ruler and a craft knife, and I'm going to cut from the first scoring line to the last scoring line on the pencil mark. Just make sure you don't go over your first and the last scoring line, and this way you will have very nice stepper card. Super simple to make, and you can also change the measurements if you want. The choice is absolutely yours. It always depends how big your images will be on your card. So now it is time to score the left hand side at 6 inches. And this way we're going to have bigger step on the left hand side and 2 smaller steps on the right hand side. And now it is time to fold all those lines, and you can also erase that pencil mark. You can use eraser from your pencil or any other eraser you've got. Super quick and simple, and it will give your card more dimension, and it will be beautifully finished. It is always a good tip to go mountain and valley folds for your stepper cards, and you can always use your scoring tool to burnish all those lines. I absolutely love it, and as you can see, this card is so simple to make. And again, you can change your measurement, you can make your card wider. For this one, I really wanted to fit it in 6 by 6 inches envelope. It is time to start decorating our card, and for the bottom, I decided to use that beautiful city scenes stamp set collection, and I'm going to use London silhouette stamp. I thought, why not? I do live in London, I love it, it is, I think, my very best place in the world. So I thought, yes, let's use that stamp to create very beautiful silhouette. And in order to match with the whole card and the whole collection, I thought, why not use some gold? And I do have some gold embossing powder. And if you miss any spots here, do not worry, we're going to fix it later on. Actually, I'm going to put the sentiment on top, and no one will ever know that we actually missed a few spots. Whenever you use embossing powder, make sure your heat tool is very hot before you start actually heating the whole embossing powder. And you can also use some tweezers if you want to hold the cardstock so you don't burn your fingers. I absolutely love this gold embossing powder, and I really think it works so well with the whole card. When this is ready, I decided to die cut it, and I use low tack tape just to make sure that the die doesn't move when I put it through a die cutting machine. And there's a really big tip for you if you don't want to damage any of the images you created. Now I've got some panels in blue, red and white, and these will be the panels for the left hand side of the card. And to put them together, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, because it does give me that time to maneuver all my elements, which is brilliant, especially with smaller pieces. And again, I'm going to put it on my card. And as you can see, something is missing on the left hand side, but do not worry, we're going to add that element later on. Now it is time to do some coloring, and again I use those images from Twinkle. It is a very amazing website for teachers, and you can download lots of resources. Yes, you do have to pay monthly or annually, but it is definitely worth it. I absolutely love those images, and if you have never ever used Twinkle, I will leave the link in the description down below. Now, as you can see, I've got a variety of markers from my stash, and I'm going to color in the Queen, both the one in the painting and also at the coronation ceremony. It is so easy to do it, and at this point you can actually use any medium you want to color in your images. I decided to use a variety of alcohol markers, which you can see I've got some Illustrators, Tri-Blends and Classiques, so you can mix and match them. It is absolutely fine, and no one will ever know, because they do work exactly the same way. And whenever you use any color medium, I do recommend swatching them on the same piece of card you're going to color in later on. And this way you will make sure that actually all the colors match and they work together beautifully. So the very big tip for you, use exactly the same card to swatch as you're going to use for your image. And I also wonder, do you actually like watching time-lapse of someone coloring or painting? If you do, let me know, because I absolutely love it, and sometimes I literally binge watch some of the people coloring or painting on YouTube. As you can see, I'm trying to achieve the gold effect on a frame, and I'm going to fussy cut that painting and color in the young queen as well. When all those elements are ready, I'm going to adhere them on my card, and with the young queen I'm just going to assemble it with a little bit of liquid glue, and I just want to make sure that she actually fits there. And at that point I thought something is missing, so I had a look at the design papers with Union Jack, which again you can get for free from Buy Me a Coffee website, and the link is in the description down below. And I'm going to adhere that Union Jack at the top and at the bottom, and I really think that works so well, especially with that London silhouette. Please let me know if you like that technique, and if you do like those design papers, I really hope you will use them to create, let's say, party invitations to celebrate Queen's Platinum Jubilee, or actually can create your own cards and send them to the Queen. That would be cool as well. And if you do create some cards with my design papers, please tag me on your social media. And now I added some double-sided foam adhesive on the back of that painting we created, and it is time to add that sentiment. And as you can see, I'm actually going to cover the spots we missed with embossing powder. Super cool, simple, and it really makes a difference. And again, all those sentiments are in the free design papers. It is time to add a few gold gems to the card, and it is finished. What do you think about this type of card? Would you like to give it a go? I really hope you will. And now we can see these two cards side by side, and I really wonder, which one is your favorite? Would you rather create a stepper card or that beautiful square card we created with beautiful elements and a crown? Actually, which one is your favorite? Would you like to use zig markers or alcohol markers to create your own? Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget about those free design papers from Buy Me a Coffee website. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye!